What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We back, and we back once again with another topic that could divide the masses, with another topic that could shake up the room or shake the table, right? Y'all know that statement that women always make, people make time for what they want to make time for. That is a statement that I do not agree with. Nor do I think that statement is always fair, right? And this topic came to me from watching something somebody put up on social media and then just thinking about how often women say that phrase, right? And why I don't agree with that, but we're going to have a conversation about it. I got to let y'all pile in one by one. Um, so hopefully we get an audience so we can discuss this topic. Because I don't know, I just think this statement is very, very unfair to a lot of people in a lot of situations. Jabari Mitchell, what's going on with you, big dog? How you feeling? Glad to see you in here, man. What's happening, y'all? Y'all hit the like button as y'all come on in. Hit that like button for me as you come on in here. We're going to get to this topic and we're going to discuss it in fine fashion, right? Mandy, what's going on with you? What's up, y'all? Y'all talk to me as y'all come on in here. But we got to talk about this statement. People make time for what they want to make time for. That's a statement that women use often. I don't always agree. Sabbatical queen talking about, hey, stepson. She hilarious. Oh man. Zeddy Perry off topic. Will you make a video about art? I didn't even know when he was gonna be released. I had no idea. Till you just told me, Zeddy. I guess I could. I guess I would make a. I could make a video about it. I guess I'm gonna figure out what my angle was gonna be and what I'm gonna say about it. But he said, Mac, you've been unalive in these topics, man. I'm trying to talk about different things on the channel, man. Certain things that sometimes are more lighthearted. Some things that are just, some things that I think are different than what I usually talk about. But we got to talk about this statement. People make time for what they want to make time for. Cause this, I just don't agree with that. I don't. And that's a statement I see again. I see that from a lot of younger women, in particular on YouTube. I mean, on social media. I don't necessarily see older women saying that, but like I don't really see that in like from older women, but younger, like women around my age range, I would say. So I ain't that young, but I'm 33. And I just look at when people say that, I like, man, that's not a statement that's in reality to me. Especially for a person that has small children and all of that, to have that as an expectation for people, like to always have time when they got small children, they got to tend to. Like, I feel bad for people that have small children, and this is the expectation of them. Like, right? Because you're not gonna always have time. You're not. In parenting, it's a never-ending duty, right? And by the time you might have time, you might crash and burn. You might crash and burn by the time some time becomes available, you might be winded. You might be checked out to the point where, yeah, I have time, but now it's time to go to sleep. But I think this is something that women like discuss or say with their whole chest. And I'm like, nah, that's not always the case. Like for me personally, I know I don't have the capacity to be dating nobody at this time. Like, what's the expectation? I guess to have consistent communication throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Every day. And I think, like, I know that's not realistic for me. So I couldn't even be in the dating field currently. I could not, because my lifestyle, I only have a certain amount of time allotted. My time right now is for my children, for work, for this channel, and for keeping my household in order. That's it. Like, I don't have I mean, and I talk to my friends occasionally, but I don't necessarily have the time for them a lot of times. So I know my time is it's just, I could never be having, like, I couldn't be consistently communicating with a woman all, like, throughout the day like that. And I could never live up to that expectation. And I'm sure it's people that maybe, I mean, they probably don't got no YouTube channel, but they probably couldn't live like me either. But when I see that, I mean, they probably couldn't live like that either, whether they have a YouTube channel or not. You know what I'm saying? Charlie X, what's the word, man? Sabbatical Queen say, I don't talk to my mama every day, so I surely ain't talking to anyone else every day, right? But when you are in the dating realm, I think that is an expectation for you to talk to somebody every day. I think that is an expectation for people, because I see the statement, people make time for what they want to make time. I see women say stuff like, if I don't hear from you in a day, you got to go. If we ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the communication is dry for the day, then I got to go. If you ain't, texting back, like in a certain time period or whatever, if your communication it starts to get a little faulty throughout the day, I gotta go. That's a thing that I hear women say quite often. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'd be cooked. I would be cooked in this generation of dating for real. Like, I know I would. And so, cause I really don't got no time for a lot of this stuff. I really don't have time to be sitting communicating, like, to communicate all day long. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I can imagine how other people, it's a lot of pressure in that. And some women will probably challenge me and say, man, women find time to date throughout having kids. All women have done this throughout the test of time. And I would say kudos to them. But I don't know how they do that with that. I like, boy, what? How do you have time to even, like, breathe when the expectation is to always be available, to be available for the most part, to communicate throughout, like, all the time? Like, hey, man, I'm telling y'all, between my job, between dedicating my time to this channel, between my children, it's cooked. It's cooked, right? He said, what inspired this topic? Well, I saw somebody on social media talk about people make time for what they want to make time for, right? Like, that is something like, and I always see women say that, and I'll be looking like, man, ain't no way. Like, I saw a woman talk about that on Instagram, right? And, like, it was women all in the comments like, man, listen, you go a day without talking to me or some consistent communication, I'm gonna think you don't like me like that, and I gotta go. I'm like, man, what? You said, but dating is different. How long are you going without talking to the person? If you can go days without talking to me, we can't be dating. You ain't that busy, right? All right, cool, days. But, like, like, communicating consistently throughout the day, like, boy, I don't have. I just know I couldn't be doing it. So Gen Z is cooked on the dating scene. I don't even be feeling inspired to talk to. I don't even be inspired to talk to somebody that consistently, for real. I actually believe people do make time for what they want. I don't believe, boy, let me tell you something. I could want to date a woman right now. I don't got no time for it. Right. So I thought you were giving a full sneak peek. Oh, hell no. Nah. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing to do with me. I don't even be talking about my personal stuff on here. For real. I really don't. But, like, nah, I'm just speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, right? Say people make time for what they want. I could want a woman right now. I ain't got the time for her. Between my kids, my job, and dedicating overtime into this channel, I ain't, boy. I don't got the capacity. Cause by the time I finish all of that, I am going to sleep. I'm cooked. Initially, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm for real. Like, when I think about my schedule, when I'm by the time I work a night shift, I'm burnt out from that. I get on here, I eat, I get up, I eat. Said I want to spit. Oh no, this ain't never. I'm never talking about my personal life. You will never hear me discussing my personal dating situation or like for real on here. Nothing dealing with you will never hear that. I'm just speaking in general senses, right? By the time I get up from my nap, I'm looking up certain topics to talk about on YouTube, right? Hold on one second. What y'all talking about? He crazy. This man never. She crazy, man. Nah, but yeah, though, like by the time I wake up, I'm looking for content to make. I'm making content, all of that. I'm trying to get my mind right for work. I'm dealing with my kids. What? I ain't got no time, boy. It's cooked. It's cooked for me. I ain't got no time for none of that. I'm going to sleep. All that I ain't what is no. I don't even have the energy for it. So even if I wanted to be in a dating site in the dating world, I can't. I cannot. No, I can't do it. And I think sometimes that's a reality for some people. That's a reality for some people. People like you make time and hell no. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Charlie X say I don't even have legits and I don't got time. For real. Like it's just the time be scarce on a lot of situations, like in a lot of situations. I can imagine if you got kids and that be the expectation, man. There's no way. But a lot of women say that if you people make time what they want to make time for, and if you ain't making time for you, you don't. Just you just don't want you don't want the person. I'm like, yeah, Said, were you a Mac back in the day? That is hilarious. Um, I did pretty well with women. You know what I'm saying? I did pretty well with women. For real. But yeah, man. I just like, what the fuck? I be looking at I be looking at people be saying that. I'm like, what the hell? He said, that's facts though. Like you said, you make sure you make content, right? No, Black Mom, I make content because I gotta get to this money. Cause these bills is high and these hours is low at the job. It's this like for real. Like it's beyond a passion though. It's become what I have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, bills is high. I got kids. I gotta get to it. So I think it's a passion for me, but I gotta get to the money. You feel me? So like, so that's it ain't even just about passion no more. It's like I gotta pull in. Cause if I don't, then shoot, I'm lacking in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like it's even more than just it's passion, but I gotta get to it. It's a hustle. It's a hustle. If I don't do this, it's certain things I can't get done. It's certain things it's gonna be lacking in certain areas, right? It's a hustle. It's like for real. So it's a passion for sure. But if I don't get to this stuff on this channel, certain stuff not gonna get paid. Certain stuff I can't be able to pour into certain stuff. So I gotta do that. I gotta get to this. You know what I mean? Or certain needs ain't gonna be met. So I gotta do it. So women want us to be passionate, yeah, and that's the thing. This ain't just like It's like, I'm gonna be for real. Starting off with YouTube, it was like a hobby or a passion. You know what I'm saying? Then when like my life shifted and changed, it was like, hey, I gotta get to it. I gotta get this content out, yada yada yada. So I think, and I get it. Like a woman wants you to be passionate about her as you are in your interests or whatever. I get that. And I guess for some people, if you got time for it, cool. I just know I wouldn't. I ain't got the time. Said, hey Derek, my dog. What's the word, bro? What's the word? What's the deal? So yeah, I think it's that. You know what I mean? And yeah, and so if you got time for it, I think some people got time for it. Yeah. But you can really like a person and don't got time for that like that. You know, you ain't got time. Your window is small. It's very small. Like I think about like even from this aspect, the thing working in my favor now, my sons are grown, 22, 2017. So being that my son, I get that. And you're right. That's a I understand that part. Yeah. If you had, and I think it is about it. If you got young kids, I think if you got young children, it's a little different. Now, again, I know women gonna get on here and say there's been women who have small kids that have been dating since the beginning of time. What's the difference? Yada yada yada. It's gonna be people that say that. But I don't know how they be doing that. I'll be stressed the hell out. For real. I'll be stressed out trying to like pour into so much when you got small little kids too. Like, hey, boy, it probably would be a struggle. And with me, especially with me, like I got a 14-year-old. Now she not little, but she's going through a developmental stage where she going through like feelings about the opposite sex. She going through her first, beginnings of high school years. So I gotta navigate her through that properly. At certain time, I gotta spend with her and keep my hand on her. You know what I mean? Like, to keep our relationship strong, etc. Right? Then with my son 5, right? He 5. He got certain stuff that I gotta spend time with him and all of that. And then also my son is on the spectrum, which is a whole nother aspect of that. So yeah, when you be like, man, I ain't got time for certain stuff. He said Black Mall almost an empty nester. Yeah, y'all, my boy Derry say you trying to stay warm. Hey, I know the snow didn't hit all regions of America. Like the South, everything, man. He said Black Mall was knocking them out. He wanted to get them over with. No gaps in ages. Um he got it out the way quick. When I had my daughter, I was 18. So I knew man, I can't just be having another child right back to back. Boy, my son is 9 years younger than my daughter. So like it's a big gap between them. So yeah, in that sense of if I was a person that had kids that was older, I think it would be different. But like, yeah. So yeah, man, I almost had another kid during COVID. Hey man, Black Mall is crazy. I almost read that comment out loud. Said read the live title. People make time for what they want to make time for. Basically, I don't agree with that statement. Said winter been kicking RA this past week or so. Yeah. It come with the territory in Chicago though. So for me, it's like this par for the course. It's cold as hell, but it just what we go through here in the city. Like I know other regions like in the South, they getting snow like crazy. It's just a shocker for them. I wish a lot of times I wish I was oh yeah, a lot of times I wish I was in the South still, so I wouldn't have to go to like work and stuff like that. Because in the South, they not equipped to handle snow and ice and all of that. So yeah, they're not equipped for that. It's cold as F down here too. Where you at, Shelton? Where you at? It ain't equipped to handle that. When I went to school in Arkansas, in Mississippi, when they got a little bit of snow or ice, we was done. It was cooked. No class, no nothing. I was so happy to be in the South when it was winter time. And so you say you in Mississippi, right? Yeah. Mississippi, we get a little snow, little ice, the whole campus shut down. I'd be in a room. Yes. If we in Chicago, what? The only way you class or school is getting canceled is when the temperatures are, excruciating. Excruciating. I'm reading y'all comments. Yep, in Kentucky, they didn't close everything. I already know they did. What? I used to be so happy. I'm like, thank you. I went to school in the South, so I ain't got to go to class. I ain't got to do none of that. Oh yeah, Jabari, I know you from Chicago. I already know. But no, though. I'm in heaven. South Florida is the 50s. Oh yeah, Florida. Let me tell you something. That's a great time to be in Florida. Florida in the 50s, I would love that. Florida in July, oh Lord, I'm passing out soon as I come outside. Cooked. Black Mall say my car has not moved since Sunday. We are supposed to get more snow this weekend as well. I've been a public transportation using MF, and I'm one of those folks who feel too good to be on it. Yeah, public transportation in Chicago, it runs rapidly, round the clock. Like public transportation, we got some trains that run all night, 24 hours. Blue line and red line, train line run all night long, all day long. So yeah, no, y'all, but yeah, the topic, I'll be on the train judging people way too much. Oh boy, be on that train. It be looking like, hey man, what y'all got going on, man? What y'all got going on here? For real. Um, seen something crazy on the train. I seen two drug addicted people flirting with each other on the train. I'm like, hey, what y'all got going on? This like this because it's we got two different train. Like we got not two different trains. We got a lot of trains in Chicago. You got the CTA train system, and then you got the Metro. But no, the topic of the live stream is people make time for what they want to make time for, and how I feel like that statement is just like it's not always true. I think in today's dating circles, and I hear women make that statement a lot. I think in today's dating times, there's an expectation for consistent communication throughout the day. And I think that's for some people, that's a reality. You could do that. For some people, you can't do it even if you want to, right? You can't do it even if you want to sometimes because you just like, depending on your situation and your circumstances. You can't you might be having so much going on. You're like, boy, you can make time for anything. No one is that busy. Man, it sound good. I'm busy like a motherfucker. Like a mug, boy. I'm busy like crazy. I'm telling y'all, when I get off that night shift, I'm going to knock out for hours. Soon as I wake up, it's all right, cool. Let me check on my babies. And then let me go ahead and let me do my content. Let me do my, make my content. Let me figure out what I want to talk about, etc. All of that. I gotta eat, everything like that. Then should I be tired again? I gotta get another nap in before I go to work to get my mind right and everything. Said, nope, you can check in. Nah, man, let me tell you something. Women don't want you to check in. Women today want you to have a whole hour and 45-minute. That's not. There ain't no check-in. What? You need to talk They want to have a talk. So checking in, yeah, I can't. I don't. That's why I'm not even dating right now, because I ain't got the capacity for it. I ain't even in a dating pool because I don't got the capacity. I know I don't. I know I can't even fit that expectation. So I ain't even in that pool. But yeah, I know it people. I ain't got it in me. So watch the Steph Curry documentary. Nah, and look, I got time for my children. I make time for my children. I'm talking about like in the course of like, see, it's different too, right? It's completely. I got time for my kids. I got time for work. I got time for this channel, and I got time to keep my house in order. That's about it, right? And I think it's different when you got a child on the spectrum too. I don't think people like children on the spectrum, like my son on the spectrum, right? They have a lot of different emotions they go through. You have to regulate their emotions. They they have times where they get what's the word I'm looking for? They get overstimulated. And when your child gets overstimulated, you get overstimulated. So once I mellow out my son, I gotta figure out a way to decompress myself, right? By the time I finish doing that, I'm tired as hell. I don't even got no room for talking, none of that. Because by the time I didn't decompress him, I got to get myself in order. He probably falling asleep. Now I'm knocking out. I don't even, what? You say, yes, my daughter is autistic. It'll get better as he gets older. Yeah, it's like for real. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about that. I love my son to the earth, to the end of earth. When you got a child on the spectrum, like your child gonna have all these different emotions, all of that, you know? Yeah, my son 5 years old. So once I decompress him, once I get him regulated, oh man, I gotta come down off all of that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta come down and mellow myself out a little bit. And mellowing myself out is not getting on the phone and talking to nobody. Mellowing myself out is I'm saying with the stomach, yeah. Mellowing myself out is let me watch a little TV. Let me watch a little basketball or something to ease my mind. Let me listen to a little music so I can just mellow out for a little minute. And after I finish doing that, y'all, I'm knocking out. I'm done. I'm cooked. You know what I mean? It's over with. I'm in there. I promise you. I didn't have times I was supposed to call my mama and my daddy back. I was supposed to call them back. By the time I didn't finish decompressing, I'm knocked out. I called them the next day. Hey, y'all, I forgot to call you back. They like, oh, we know. We know. We already know. We know you in there knocked out. Look, I be putting my son to sleep with white noise. The white noise be putting me to sleep too. I'm supposed to look. At times I be putting my son to sleep because my son, he be wanting me to be in right there with him. I go in there, put him to sleep. I lay up in there with him. I turn the white noise. My plan is to turn the white noise on to then make some content. I end up going to sleep with him. The white noise supposed to be putting him to sleep. It's putting both of us to sleep. So now I'm like, I wake up. By the time I wake up, boy, it's 4 a.m. I'm looking around. Damn, I know I ain't go to sleep. You ever went to sleep when you wasn't trying to go to sleep? You were like, your plan was to get up. I'm gonna put my child to sleep. I'm gonna get up and make content. When you go to sleep by accident, and then hours then went by, you be pissed. You be like, damn, I missed the day. I didn't went to sleep, and it's good sleep though. It's good sleep. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. Every Friday, because I don't work on Friday nights, right? Which is why y'all see me on here. It be every Friday, I'll be knocked out, right? My son go to sleep. It be times I'm supposed to get on live stream with y'all. It's been plenty of times I'll be like, I'm finna get on live tonight, y'all. Y'all don't see my ass pop up on that live stream though. You don't see me pop up on here. And that's because that white noise then put me to sleep too. I wake up, it's dark as hell. I be like, damn, what time is it? I remember when Robin Williams woke up, when he got out of Jumanji, he was like, what year is it? That's how I be feeling. I wake up like, what the? It's 5 a.m. Now, in reality, I can make my content, but like, boy, damn, my kids, what? I be waking up forgetting everything. I didn't sleep so good, woke up and thought I had to go to work. Forgot I was off and shit. You getting up, oh, because you ain't planned to go to sleep that long. When you wake up frantic, you thinking you didn't overslept. I didn't did that a few times, forgetting it was like I ain't gotta work. So yeah, man. Be in there knocked out. Boy, I'm telling you, I be telling y'all I'm finna come on here tonight. What? Let's pray. Let's pray I'm gonna be up and be on here. Cause man, that white noise had me gone too. I wake up, YouTube be having like 20-hour white noise things. I wake up the white noise on. Hey, no, it ain't. I ain't never went to sleep this. My mama didn't call me. My sister didn't call me. My daddy didn't call my phone. Boy, I'ma call y'all tomorrow now. Said, no, Mac, I get it. I slept and woke up thinking it was time to put my son, my son on the bus. He looking at me all crazy. Kid up, my dog say relationships, dating requires so much time, effort. Let's be real. Some folks need more than others. If you're in a situation where you're at your apex, it's hard to date unless they're in a similar right. It is. And that's the fact, right? That's the reality. Unless that person is in the same realm as you, in the same world, they ain't gonna understand what you talking about, nor are they gonna really have that much empathy sometimes, right? Sometimes, sometimes people just they want what they want, you know. So like dating is a job. Dating is a job. So like it's another job within itself. So you ain't what? That's why I said I know I ain't got no time for none of that. I don't even be trying to do it. I'll be like, I was talking to my boy about that today. I said, boy, I don't got no time for that. It's done. He don't got the time either. I like, boy, bro, I'm telling you, I be having to get sometimes I got to get 2 naps in a lot of times so I don't be overly tired at the job at night. Yeah. So they said that's why people end up dating coworkers. I can't do that either though. Or Mello, I can't do it. I ain't never dated a coworker in my life. I can't do it because if it go wrong, now we just up in here looking at each other. We in here looking at each other. We probably working close to each other. You feel me? I can't do that. It's too much, like too much at risk. Like I can't eat. I can't ish where I eat at. Nope, nope, nope. Purdy Birdie said facts. When people talk about being compatible, it's a lie. I'm 30, single with no kids, and not working in a good job right now. I don't want to date, but if I did, it would be someone around my position. Yeah. Now, probably at my other job I had, I would have capacity for that because my former employer paid me well enough to where my passion didn't have to become my second. Like this, really my second job for real. YouTube, my second job. And if I gotta get to it on here to make sure certain things are covered. My former employer, my former employer paid me well enough to where anything I got from YouTube was just extra. Right now, YouTube covers certain stuff I got, certain bills, certain expenses I got. You feel me? And if I don't get to it in a certain way, then I'm ass out. So yeah, maybe in a situation Where like in that other with my former employer, then I could really be dating for real at that other job. And that other job was I worked from home, right? I was, you know what I mean? It was a remote job and it was during the day, during the times where everybody else is working. Right now, I'm working at night. They ain't paying me what I nowhere near what I used to get paid. They playing with the hours at the job and shit like that. So yes, or Mellow YouTube balancing the books. You feel me? So I ain't got the capacity today like other people. If you at your if one job is able to cover everything you got, then I think maybe you could do that. But nah, I'm out here trying to get to it. So I don't got the time for that. um You said Zaza say, yes, that's true. Some people do need more than others. I've had someone also throw in my face that my son is on the spectrum and I can't be in their ass all the time how they like. Yeah, that's the thing, man. If you got a child that probably on the spectrum, you can't, sometimes your time ain't available enough to give a certain person everything they need or the time that they really looking for. You ain't available to get them that certain amount of time. And they might get upset at that. Like, yo, like, how, you know what? Why you ain't talking to me? I want to talk. They be like, I want to talk before I go to bed. Like, I'm the type of person, like, even me, right? I think about this. You know how some people, they're all funny in the chat. But now, you know how some people, like, let's just say you work at night. I know some people that, like, some people at the job, one of my homies at the job, he talked to his girl all the way to work, right? One of my guys at the job talked to his girl all the way to work. I gotta, I can't do that. I have to mellow myself out and prepare myself for the work night. I gotta listen to something to soothe my mind and soothe my spirit, right? Like I can't be on that phone. I gotta listen to Floetry. It's getting late. Why you gotta be here? Ah, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, man. Huh, I ain't got, I'm not trying, I don't wanna be, I gotta listen to something to ease my mind going into this day. I don't wanna be talking like that on the way to the job. I really don't. It's rare that I wanna be it's rare I wanna be on the phone while I'm going in. I gotta get my mind ready. You know what I'm saying? But see, it's different though, man. I think Black Mall say some people miss out on love putting their kids before their partners. The goal is for you and your partner to to do together. Your kids will grow up and meet someone and not care about you one day. Well, I pray to God my children don't not care about me one day. Much as I much as I pour into these babies, I hope that's never a thing. But I think it's also different when you with the person you made children with. That's why really idealistically, people you is like it's best for you to be with the person that you have children with because they have that same love and understanding for your children in the same way. They have the same understanding of your child, your children, and that same love. So it's like they know like the guidelines and the boundaries for everything. Cause these y'all kids, right? Sometimes when you with a woman and them ain't her kids, and she ain't in your day-to-day life, she don't know what's going on in your world sometimes, or sometimes she don't even understand. You know, she might not, and sometimes you can try to make her understand, but like, yeah, for real, I ain't. It's another thing with dating a coworker. Let's say ish went bad and someone gets vindictive and airs out all the personal business. Hey, that's a fact, boy. Saying another thing with dating a coworker, let's say ish went bad and someone gets vindictive and airs out all your personal business, or even worse, workplace harassment. Yeah, I could never do that. That's why, look, I remember at my old job when we used to go in, I had a woman the entire time I was at that job. So like for real. So but let's just say I didn't. But I could never be doing that. There's so much workplace gossip that go on in them environments. Not at all. Um, so this is why some people resort to texting someone all day. You said, I think there needs to be a balance, but choose a partner that understands your situation. Right. You gotta choose somebody that understands your situation. Yeah, I'm with you though. You can't prioritize your partner over your children. You will have time for each other. That's why you wait to have children and save years for yourself, then commit the rest to your offspring. Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's a mix. So thank goodness I have a work from home job. I don't have to deal with the nonsense. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, like, uh, I think every situation is different. When people say people make time for what they want, I think it's every situation is different. You know what I'm saying? And like me, with a son, well, like when you got a child, especially a child on the spectrum, I can't prioritize my partner over my son. I can't. You know what I mean? If I had a partner, I can't prioritize like over him. He needs me in a lot of different ways that like some other people's kids don't need them. So I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that comfortably doing that. Like, nah, I couldn't even no. I mean, it wouldn't even be in me to do that. It's not in me to do that for real. To prioritize a partner over him. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially 5 years old too. So I'll be mad as hell when we gotta go in the office for a meeting. Mind you, there's probably once or twice a year. Yeah, I think a lot of people be like that. When you work from home, you ain't trying to go up in, you ain't trying to go in the job like that. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to go in a job like that for real. You be like, man, damn. When they say come in, you be annoyed. See if they over 18. Yeah, exactly. I think it's different. When you got small kids, that's completely different than when you got grown kids. So yeah, that would be selfish to not prioritize your child. It almost best to hold off on anything serious due to split priorities. But what? Yeah, we got to meet at the headquarters in South Dakota once a year. It takes a village to raise kids. The fact so many people are out here doing it by themselves is a problem within itself. Well, for me, I ain't doing it by myself at all. Like I can never say that for me. My children's mothers are outstanding. My son mother, what? I couldn't do none of this without her, boy. She is adamant on everything for like when I say advocating for your child, I saw my son mother do that in a way like don't get me wrong, with my daughter I advocated for her, but when your child on the spectrum, you got to advocate for your child in a different way. I really saw what advocating for your child, what it really looks like through watching her with our son for real. You know what I mean? Like what? So yeah, man, for real. Like boy, I couldn't do this without them. You say, damn, work from home, damn in NYC, they want out in the office. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, kids. My son diagnosed with autism. He has autism. So like, if you see, like, my son isn't verbal. Um, he can babble. He babbles a lot. You hear him stemming and babbling. He might say "dada" and "mama." He doesn't talk in sentences. He's very smart though. Very smart. He knows alike and communicate with us in a lot of different ways. But like, even when I go in big, because I've talked about it on video. Even when I go to like big settings, we have to ease them into them environments a lot of times. So yeah, she said, "Why y'all not together?" Because of some stuff I did. Truthfully, I'm gonna be real with you. Charlie X said, "What kind of job were you doing before?" So I was working as a government contractor, bro. As a government contractor, I was working. So like, I can't go into it in depthly, but I was working as a government contractor where I was making enough to pay all my bills and still have money to just have a lot of and still have money to have a lot of fun afterwards. Sabbatical queen is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Fit? No. So look, I wasn't. That's the problem. Because I wasn't a federal employee, I was the contractor. That's why I got laid off. They laid off nearly all the contractors, right? All of the contractors. They laid off nearly all of us. Um, you say I'm playing, yeah. So yeah, look, and all the federal people, they got the union behind them. So like they was cool, but what happened was budget cuts happened. They went through severe budget cuts. And they like, we ain't gonna cut the actual federal employees, we're gonna cut the contractors. So nearly all of us got let go. And then like what was messed up about it was like let go with no severance or nothing. It was crazy. You see what I'm saying? And like I had been working that job since I was in my early 20s. You know what I'm saying? When I first started that job, boy, what I was still living with I had just got out of grad school, and then I was still living with my mom's at the time. Right? And then eventually, of course, I moved out, got my own spot or whatever, but I was straight. Man, changes happen. It's like, damn, they didn't move you to prime. I was I was permanent. I was a permanent employee. I just wasn't a federal. Like getting to become a federal employee. Yeah, I was a contractor for 7 years, bro. 7 years. Being a fed, it's so hard to break into that federal employee side. Once you get in, you good. Once you get in, you good. But like, man, trying to break into being a federal employee, that shit is like, boy, because I was applying for them federal positions, but yeah, you know, like he was slanging that thing. That is crazy. But yeah, though, so like when we got let go from that job, it was like, man, this is a whole total shift. And every time I was applying for jobs in the same bracket or higher, but so it's like Fort Knox trying to work for the government. That's why Trump layoffs took a lot of them by surprise. Yeah, it's like in order to be hired federally now, it's almost like you gotta have a special stipulation with you now to really get in federally. You know, maybe you worked in the military or something, and that's your way in. Stuff like that. You got a military background. I never served in the military. So unfortunately, that don't benefit me. My dog say sorry to hear you on your late night. Hey man, it's all man. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate that's on me though. That's on me. Hopefully the non-federal employees weren't predominantly black. You know they was, you know. Majority of us majority of us was black, for sure. And look, he said they want you to have a clearance already. Yeah, and I got a certain clearance already because I was in that job. So I got a certain level of clearance already from being in that job. But it's like, and then, so Mills, I asked a question earlier about, oh, no. My father was never in the military. Nope. It's tough to be in IT or have some type of government contract in DC. Yeah, man, I already know. And then, like, even when I started that job, like you say, it's so much background checks you got to go through, all of that. It took me a like onboarding when I started that job. It took me a little minute. At first, I thought the job wasn't real. That government contracting job I had, because it took a minute for me to even get in and get started. You know, but when I got in, I was rolling. You know, I got up in it. It was good. Yeah, it's like, man. And look, working, and look, they were working the shit out of us too. Working the hell out of us. Like to the point where I remember, like the work we was doing, I was getting paid straight. I should have been getting even more. Cause if you was a federal employee, they was paying you like 20,000 more. If you was a Fed for the exact same job. For the exact same job, you made the actual federal employees was making 20,000 more. So it's like, damn, like what? I'm missing. And then what's crazy is the federal employees would try to hit you up asking you for assistance. How did you see that? Can you tell me how you came to that? And again, we was doing work, like the work I was doing was some shit like attorneys would be doing for real almost. Like the type of work we was doing was strenuous work, real analytical type work, for real. And when you find out the Fed getting paid 20K more, you be like, what? You know, if I was getting paid that extra 20,000, y'all might have seen me on here with a mink coat on this month. I'd have been over here reporting with a mink on, talking greasy. Let me stop, man. I'll be playing, but I'll be for real though. I'll be for real. I'll be for real. Because y'all would have really probably seen me on here with a mink coat on. If I was getting an extra 20K, y'all have seen me with the chinchilla, the mink on or something up in this mud. And you would have seen my mama and my kids sitting on the couch with me with minks on too. My kids would have had the same. I'd have been Frank Lucas out here. I ain't gonna lie. I got a little. I don't know why. Like my mama and them people, we got a lot of flashy stuff in us. I don't know why. So you be returning phone calls because of them extra. Hey man, sabbatical queen, crazy man. You're the baby. You remember Allen Iverson had his kids? Well, all of them had on the mink coats at the press conference. It would have been just like that. Just like that. And I probably would have had a chain on where my diamonds was like glistening, like you know how it look like lightning strike when you move. Might have had a chain on. I might have had a chain on where it looked like lightning is striking as I move. For real. That's why I said like I look, hold on. Now, on everything I love, you know me well. Cause how did you know that? Did you know I tried to look up? I am terrible. I tried to look up a candy cane chain one time. just to see like what they had. So you know, if I had that paper, it'd been iced out. I iced out candy cane joint. It would have been one of them. That's why I couldn't have had that money like LeBron them had. Cause my mama would have definitely. You remember in high school, LeBron mama took out a loan for him to get a Hummer, and they gave her the loan based upon his earning potential. He was still in high school, right? But they knew who he was and saw his earning potential, and they gave her the loan for not only for her to buy a Hummer for him, but she got a Hummer for herself too, right? My mama would have did the same. If I'd have had that pay, my mama would have did the same thing. My mama would have got a Hummer for me and her. Sometimes I don't know what it is. It's you're right. It's something that black stuff. That black people, I don't know. We got a theme for that, man. Talking about he be sitting on the couch with his feet up, wearing his daddy find his 1970s outfit, macking on the phone, talking about, can you dig it? See, that's my problem right there. My father instilled a lot of stuff in me as a young man that I still be trying to, like, gotta let go. My father, let me tell you, my father was a trip, boy. That's why my mama had to leave him alone. I miss my, oh man, rest in peace to your mother, man. You feel me? Said my mama would have made me pay off debt. Now look, like Maul, we would have got to that too. We would have paid off the debt too. No, not gonna lie. But after we pay that debt off, Black Maul, we was gonna ball. We was gonna ball, boy. You feel me? We was gonna have a good time with it. He said, that's why we go, bro. Now I'm never gonna, nah, look, I would do stuff responsibly. I'm never gonna go, bro. I'm not gonna be out here Tony Braxton I don't need no Gucci sheets and Gucci pillowcases and napkins and stuff, right? Oh yeah. You if I get the bag, the signs will be there a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure I treat myself in some way. Yeah. I ain't what? My mama would have got me and her Hummer. Hey, then we go. Hey, y'all, look, I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. My mother, I love my mother to the core of me. When I was in my senior year of college, I got voted Mr. Mississippi Valley State University, right? So that's like they like HBCUs have the king and queen of the school. So I was like, I guess for lack of better terms, king. And then my homegirl Brianka was Miss Mississippi Valley State, so she was queen, right? So Pete, one graduation day comes. My mama and them like almost late for real. Almost late. They just getting up in there like I ain't went across the stage yet or nothing at all. But my mama and them, they just making it. But my mama want a floor seat so she can take certain pictures of me coming across the stage as I'm getting my degree, right? My mama and she trying to get to the stage. They're like, oh, the stage is all taken up. We don't have no more floor seats. My mama say, but my son the king. I gotta be up there to take a picture of him. My son the king. They said, oh, you Malcolm's mama? Hey, she pulled that card. She said, my son the king. But my son the king. They sat her right at the front. Right at the damn front. She front row taking every picture she wanted me. Every picture. I'm looking like, how you get up here? She said, I came up in here like my son the king. My mama go, hey. She like, I'm not going all the way up to the what you call it. I'm gonna be on the float right here, right at the front. So my mama, hey, she like, I ain't finna be up in the damn nosebleed section taking pictures. Nope. Coming right to the front. Hey, but my mama, man, my mama is hilarious. I gotta put her on here. But my mama told me she ain't coming on here till I get suited and booted. Till I get suited and booted for real. Said my mom did the same thing when I was valedictorian, embarrassed the whole family. Hey, look, that's right. She said my son valedictorian, valedictorian. My son valedictorian. I ain't sitting in the back. What? Hey, I'm with her. I'd have used that plug too. We ain't nah. We getting right at the front. My mama said, my mama, hey, hold on, kid, my dog funny. My mama she said my son the king, like we was on Game of Thrones or some shit. Like I was king, like I was king, Robert Baratheon or something. For real. She would have what? My mama said my son the king, like I was king of the whole United States of America. To get up in there. Hey, you know my mama gonna say, you know that's my mama favorite line, bro. I'm gonna get on here. She gonna say that. Close shop, then I do my count. Have the rest of the yams at my auntie. How that my mama line. That's my mama favorite line from that. I'm gonna get her on here so she can say that line. And my mama, I told y'all my mama like Boston Richie, help me. Baby, can you help me? Help me, help me. Hey, my mama start off that joint trying to get my life together. Leave these others alone. Her favorite part be like, my mama's favorite part is, do you love me? Do you trust me? Say you got my back, but it's that paper got you wanna F me. That's her line. She know that verbatim. Hey. And she like the part when he be like, look your boyfriend in the eye, tell him I said he can't F with me. That's her part. Whose song is that? Oh, that's Boston Richie. Help me. When you get off here, and my mama, let me tell you something. My mama is the life of the party, one of the nicest people you know, but my mama definitely hood, boy. So, Sabbatical Queen, when you get off here, go listen to Help Me by Boston Richie. You know, I'm gonna see if you get into it. She said, I don't know who that is. He from Florida. Sabbatical Queen, he from around your parts. We gonna put you on though, so you know your people. I'm gonna help you know your people, Sabbatical Queen. Boss his name, Boston Richie. Need to get Mama Mac on here one day. Hey, my mama cray. Hey, I'm gonna dress up for her because she want me to dress like Kappa Alpha Psi for real. She want me to get on here suited. I'm gonna get get fly like that so she can get on here. She can talk crazy to y'all. With y'all rather. Your mom say I'm cool as F. She smoke. My mama don't smoke. You know what's crazy, bro? The only person in my immediate, like I'm talking about my immediate family that smoke weed, my dad used to smoke weed for the longest of time. He don't smoke no more though. He didn't got too old and stuff, health problems. He don't do no smoking no more. But my dad used to smoke for the long. My mama don't smoke. My mama barely drink. She might drink a wine cooler. That's probably why, like, I'm being for real. Like in my immediate family, none of us really smoke like that. None of us really. I mean, people they casually drink, but yeah. Say real N words make time. Just saying, youngin. Kale, Kale, I don't have the time, big dog. Tallahassee is Florida. South Florida is its own state. That's why I don't know him. That's what y'all be saying too. That's like in Chicago. It's Chicago, then the rest of Illinois. I don't know nothing else about the rest of Illinois. People be like, you know, it's like a place 4 hours from Illinois, from Chicago. I'd be like, hell no. Chicago is its own entity. Everything else downstate, the Chicagoland area, okay, cool. The surrounding suburbs, yeah. But downstate Illinois is Hickville, USA. I don't know nothing about none of that. It's Chicago or Chicago or else. She said, Mama Mac coming though. Hey, she probably come on here. She told me she'd get on. Like I said, she just want me to look a certain way. She want me to be all, you know, she want me to make it a real special fly event where I'll dress real prestigious or whatever. And my mama gonna have me dressed like that, and she gonna be on here not talking bougie at all. Cause my mama is the furthest thing from that. Say, yep, Tallahassee is Florida. Tampa and Miami is its own state. Is it? Don't ask Mac about Peoria. Peoria, hell no. Now, but shout out to Peoria, right? It's 2 hours away from Chicago. Richard Pryor from Peoria, it's just not Chicago. So I'm never gonna let nobody from Peoria ever say they're from Chicago. It's too far away, brother. Outside of Chicago, cornfields like it ain't nothing. No, my mom want me to put it. Look, when I was in college, y'all, believe it or not, I used to wear suits a lot in college. Like, you know, Kappa Alpha Psi be having us all suited and booted and all that anyway. Bow ties, all of that. And I used to do that on my own time anyway. And she ain't really seen me in no suit in a minute for real. So I think she want me to be like, you know, have me looking a little different type on here. Yeah, you from Peoria, you can't be saying you from Chicago. That's what Montana 300 be doing. He be talking about he from Chicago. That boy was born in Chicago and was spent all his formative years in Peoria. That means you from Peoria, bro. You were born here and you moved when you was young. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But look, y'all, look, I gotta get off this thing, man. You know, yeah, Gary, right, more related to Chicago, and that's in Indiana. Gary, like 45 minutes from me. You know, Gary, right there. That's why everybody in Gary, Indiana, everybody in Gary, you remember when I used to have the suits on, bro? My dog said, I remember them old Mac videos in them. So you remember I used to wear the suits, and I used to be on here acting like I was really on ESPN for real back in the day, right? Gary, Maryville. That's why everybody in Gary root for Chicago teams. They so close, they get Chicago sports. They don't get Indianapolis Colts and the Pacers broadcasts. People in Gary, Indiana get all Chicago broadcasts. That's why they always be Bears fans in Chicago and Gary. They always Bulls fans. Said, Mama wants you to wear that iced out cane while interviewing. Hey. Oh man, I'm telling you, I gotta find an iced out candy cane, man. So I can put that on the chain. Man, yo, but look though, I gotta get off this thing, y'all. I gotta get myself together for work and whatnot, get my mind right. I appreciate y'all popping on. This is a fun little topic. We talk about all different type of stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow so we can talk and we can chop it up a little bit more. And we'll see what we got in store tomorrow. Machiavelli Mills TV, y'all hit that like button for me. Please hit the like button so I can stay heavy within the YouTube algorithm, you know? So please hit that like button for me. And then we can keep going from there, y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.